Hello again, I am Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team here on the PS5. We're with Brabham Racing once again. It's round 9 of Season 3. And we are heading to the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, Montreal, the Canadian Grand Prix. So, what a wonderful race we had last night. A really, really comfortable race. Despite a late red flag that brought the field right back onto us again, we were pretty comfortable all the way through that race there. And once we got past Norris, that was it. Off and away from the restart. No points for Ocon last night. No points for Charles Leclerc either. Both of those two having an absolute shocker. Ocon in particular, having qualified second, ended up taking a brand new engine and starting from the pit lane. So his race was kind of ruined by that. Just could not find his way through the field in the opening stint on those hard tyres. And then started to develop problems with his gearbox. So he'll have a new gearbox tonight as well as that new engine. He's going to be quick tonight, I think. I think Red Bull could be back to their best. Alonso will be getting a new gearbox tonight as well. He was having gearbox issues in Monaco as well. So I'm expecting him to be a little bit quicker tonight. I don't know if he's going to have a new engine or not. But Red Bull could well be back to their best tonight and pushing us all the way. So, fingers crossed, we can keep the result going and build on last night's dominant 1-2 win. How you doing, Anthony? How you doing, Patkins? How you doing, Dino? Good to see you guys. Hello to everyone else lurking in the chat as well. Right, let's have a look at the weather. Oh, it's a very wet race. It's a very wet race. And it's going to be potentially wet during qualifying as well. All right, our drivers are, as usual, looking very, very happy. Looking at their adaptability ratings, 98 and 100. That's fantastic news for a wet race to have drivers with a wet rating that high. That is excellent. So, let's check car parts. Our factory is on fire, unfortunately. But we have got new upgrades in the works. As you can see, we added these in last night. A new suspension, new chassis, and a new rear wing. It's going to be a while before we get those on the car. But when we do, we should hopefully see a bit of a pace improvement. Because despite our results, as you can see, our car performance kind of fluctuates up and down a bit. We're looking pretty rough in the medium speed cornering at the moment. Pretty strong in the low speed, not so good in the high speed. Speed's pretty good, 8th, DRS 7th. No DRS tonight, of course, if it's going to be a wet race. And this circuit is one of those ones with a pretty powerful DRS. So that might be a little bit of an issue for us in terms of our overall pace. We'll see how we get on. Do we have both cars running the same spec? Say they are both on the same chassis, same front wing, same rear wing, same side pod. Haven't got the new underfloor yet because we can't start building it because the factory's on fire. And they're both on the same suspension. Good stuff. Right, let's get some targets set for tonight then. Actually, I know what we forgot to do and what I want to do. I want to see Mercedes. They were pretty quick at places in Monaco. And, that's why. Look at their downforce. I mean, their top speed, acceleration, not great. Speed in particular, not great. Acceleration similar to ours. But you don't really need top speed at Monaco. You need the downforce. And, so that explains why they were so good last night. Or Teo was so quick at times. Might be a bit of a different story at this circuit. 8th and 10th are our targets tonight. 10th for George this time. Let's head to the track.
Formula One has arrived here in Quebec, and we're excited to get underway. Let's hope it's not going to be Groundhog Day. The local rodents have disrupted more than one race day here in the past. The Canadian Grand Prix is ready to kick off, and the only drama on the tracks we want to see is the best drivers in the world battling it out for a place on that podium. How will the British driver George Russell fare this weekend? He was sensational in the last race. He took home the win and set the bar very high indeed. Sit tight then for the rest of the action.
Does that look jerky to everyone else, or is it just me? Because it's buttery smooth on the console, but the frame rate on my tablet looks appalling. And I don't know if it's just me, or is it playing it for anyone else as well? Might need to restart my tablet, which is not going to affect the stream. We are going to put the rookies in the car tonight. Let's get Jack in the car. And we haven't given Tommy a run for a while. We'll give Tommy a run. We have recently reinvested. Yeah, I think it's my app. I'm going to close it. We have recently reinvested in Christian through our email. So he doesn't need it quite so much, but the others do. So let's go. Yeah, it's looking a little bit smoother now, I think. Yeah, that's better. It was just my tablet. Let's go with our downforce of 11.5, and we'll go with 4.5. We'll go with a 1.9. I really don't remember what I need to do here with these, so we'll leave it like that. It's going to be 20 laps of running. But I'm going to overfuel because it's the rookies. As soon as we get them the chance, we'll call them straight in. So they might be able to do an extended run if they get it close. Swap out some bits. There we go. Go to mediums. Are there any bits here I can change apart from that? I don't think there are. I think I keep checking this and I keep realizing. Yep, destroyed and destroyed. That's what I thought. Okay. Let's go a bit lower on this one. Let's go with a 2.5 and 11. Go back with a 1.9. I'm going to push that to that and do that on this one.
Okay, that's green light. Tyre temps are still low.
A little wide moment there for Tommy.
Here's the replay. Now we're watching the action closely here. Just a bit too wide at that point.
Didn't damage the car though. That's good. Ugh, now a lockup. Getting to the point where I think I might not put Tommy in the car again.
Now let's take a
Ever.
look here at turn 10.
How you doing, Farah?
Struggling with the car. And they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tyres.
I got all excited about half an hour ago, Farah. I got an email through from Cyberpower, and I'm like, oh, is this the notification I've been waiting for? They're starting to build it. And I opened it up, and it was like, nope, it's Black Friday's here. Ugh.
Everything okay?
Yeah, decent.
Understood.
Yeah, it's not going to hit the ETA. The estimated shipping date was the 29th. It's the 28th today, and it still hasn't come out of system prep. So they haven't even started building it and testing it yet. My guess is quite a few people might have gone for express, queue jumping priority in the queue for Black Friday since the sales kicked in. All right, we've got some feedback from Jack. And he's on the cart. So I reckon early 2020. I should have it before then.
Surface temperature is currently looking quite low.
Input entry.
Pit limiter. And we're stopping on the marks.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Go with a 3.7. Push that up to there. Go back to the 4.5. We'll get there in the end. There we go. Let's give that a try. Oh no, I expect the building and testing will be done, on the same day, and probably ship it out later that day, depending on when it gets done in the day. So I know it's not far off. It's just, I want it.
We will box and just stop on your marks and switch off.
We're happy to slide this tyre a little bit more, try and get it in the window.
Ocon's best time, 4/10 quicker than his own teammate at the moment, and those two comfortably top. And now Porsche pumps in a quick time on his soft tyres. Oh dear, gone backwards with Jack. Okay, so the wings are 12. That brings that back to about the 2.5 that I thought it was initially. I think we're looking about that.
Checkered flag is out.
All right, front wing is almost completely learnt. Regular drivers back in the car. Have to run for the whole session here, regardless of what happens with setup.
Okay, Oscar, so the track will go green now.
Valtteri's looking a bit pacey again. How you doing, Wayne? Hello, Mrs. Not the first time we've seen that. Unfortunate typo.
Balance check.
Oh, so close. Almost got it.
Yeah, AFA.
93
Oscar, how's the car?
for Oscar. It's close, but I say I've got to keep him up for the whole session.
Yeah, understood, Oscar.
Evening, Adrian. Ah, damn it. Wasn't quick enough to catch him. There's no point sending him back out. Let's have a look. Try that with George. Don't think that's going to be enough. That might be a bit better. With Oscar even. And George, there we go. That's him done. I don't know if we're going to get rain. We might do. Yeah, a little bit. Nothing too drastic. So we know George is going to hit 100 in this session. That's pretty much nailed. It's Oscar. I don't know whether I'm going to have to call him in or not. Find out in just a moment. Oh God, yeah, we've gone the wrong way.
Yeah, copy that, Oscar.
Just say what you'd like on the balance. Copy that. There is a threat of rain. Copy.
There is light rain.
Yep. Copy.
That was it. A very short amount of rain.
Copy.
Any feedback?
Ugh, 97. It's close enough. This is in the optimal window. We'll have a look, see if it's an obvious change, but I don't think it will be obvious. So we'll probably end up staying at the 97% for Oscar. Yeah, I think this is probably the camber.
Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
The circuit Gilles Villeneuve isn't a permanent track, so circuit evolution is high over the Grand Prix weekend. Overtaking is possible, but getting a well-timed lap in qualifying will help any driver.
Now, there's been a bit of talk lately about Oscar Piastri. Karun, how's he been doing?
Well, neither teammate has really managed to score well so far. Perhaps picking up a few points this weekend would spur on a bit of healthy rivalry.
You're going to want to join us for this, folks, so fasten your seatbelts.
Am I going to be using a wheel or controller with ETS? Probably the controller just to get started, but I do plan on using the wheel. It's just going to be a question of getting everything set up. Yeah, it was the cornering, the camber. I don't want to mess with that because it could go either way. So we will stay as is. I don't play either at the moment, Adrian. I haven't got the PC yet.
Okay, that's green light.
And we want to generate some temperature for this outlap.
Copy.
Tyre temperatures look good.
Good gap in front.
Let's go.
We're good on tyre temps here.
All right, flying lap number
Got a good
one.
gap ahead. Good to go.
Wayne's channel's Water Gaming. Right, track should be about to dry up a little bit. think I might have slightly mistimed this.
Oscar pit lane.
Rain in pit lane, be careful stopping on the mark.
Yeah. Copy. Slippy in the pit lane. Copy.
Right, here comes the rest of the field as well. Well, I say the rest of the field. Here comes Hamilton.
Copy.
Where is everybody
We
else?
should do some work on the brakes.
Understood.
Is my radar not accurate? It's at 60%. It's theoretically when the track's going to be at its best. Maybe it's still going to get better. In which case we may have to go again. Which I don't really want to have to do, because we might need these tyres. Well, not these ones in particular, but we might need every available set of inters we've got, and I don't want to burn through them unnecessarily. Track is still drying up, and most of the field is still in the pit lane.
Tyre temperatures are in a good window, well done. Oscar, you've got a clear track ahead. So Oscar, happy to open a lap.
Happy with temps. So no one ahead. Good to go.
Here comes one of the McLarens. Now we're starting to see some movement. Leclerc's leaving the pits as well. No sign of the Red Bulls yet. And we have misjudged this because the DRS is about to switch on. Or is it? Should be starting to get wetter again.
Currently P1. Oscar, recharge on and call the car, please.
Yep.
So that's currently...
Oh, here comes the rest of the field. Look, all of them just popping out in one fell swoop there. Look at them all. hopefully we've done enough to get through. And hopefully Ocon and Alonso compromise each other a little bit here. Yeah, track's getting wetter again. Gradually. We should be safe.
Fast, pit lane.
Take care, the pit lane is wetter.
Copy.
I mean, the pit lane's wetter, it's drier than when they went out.
It will be slippery on pit exit.
Copy.
Norris goes top, but only just. Leclerc P4, yeah, we're safe. Alonso's getting a mighty slipstream behind Porsche. That's why he's going purple. And now he's too close, he's compromised now. Ocon will probably have the fastest final sector. No, Van Dorn got it. Lock up for Logan. And that's it. Hamilton is out. As is Porsche. Sargent. Verstappen, Fittipaldi and Sainz, both Mercedes out in Q1. Oh, big shock there.
Okay, Oscar, so the track will go green now. And we want to generate some temperature for this outlap.
Yep, copy.
Wake up those rear brakes.
Copy. Drive straight out, drive straight out. Track will be
Ooh,
clear.
excuse me.
And you're good to open the lap.
Surface temps are good. Circuit is all clear ahead now. Good to go.
So George is able to get a bit of a tow from the back of Alonso. So, PS3 top with a 1:16.48. George is very close, 1:16.63. 1.5 tenths slower. Leclerc pops up into second. But we're going to do another lap before the track gets too wet. Ocon with a very quick lap, 1:16.3.
Okay, tyre temperatures are good. Good gap in front.
And off we go for the second of our flying laps. Track is going to start getting a little bit wetter
Bit of traffic.
any moment.
Good to go.
There we go, starting to go up for 112 now. And while everyone else piles back into the pits, we are getting our second flying lap in while the track is still competitive. Alonso goes back out again.
That is P2. Happy with that.
P2, P3.
Look after
That'll
the
be enough to
fuel.
get us through.
Copy.
I don't think we'll see any improvements from the rest of the grid now. Or at least nothing substantial anyway. Yeah, there we go. So Ricciardo, Gasly, Stroll, Perez, Lawson and Van Dorn eliminated in Q2. We have an interesting mix of cars in the top 10 as well. We've got an Aston, an RB, an Alpine, and a Sauber all up there, as well as the McLaren Rebel, Ferrari, and Brabhams. Right, it's going to get a little bit drier at the end of the session.
Sessions should be starting now.
So let's get a couple of laps in now. Build that confidence up, get a good banker lap time on the board, and then hit the track with brand new inters at the very end of the session. A little lift. See if George gets held up. Nope. George goes purple. 23.3, 23.445. So yeah, lost about a tenth and a half in that sector. George just edging Oscar at the moment. It's very tight. And he does pip Oscar by just over half a tenth. 600ths of a second there. Alonso goes even quicker by 0.2. All right, second flying lap. Oscar improves. George does not. Now Ocon goes top. Couple of tenths found for Oscar.
So you are P6 at the moment, currently P6.
George finds a couple of hundredths.
That's a decent lap. That's a decent lap.
And, normal fuel save on the in lap.
Copy.
Rest of the grid's leaving it late. I'm a little worried we may have left it a little bit late, actually.
We'll focus on the brakes a bit.
Copy.
Oh, I didn't change George's tyres. I thought I had. Oh, no, I did. I just didn't change them at the beginning of the session. So he stayed on brand news at the start of the session. That's my bad. No one else is coming out, so we've got a free run here to take the front row.
Use overtake.
Copy. So happy to drop, lift and coast.
Copy.
It's going to be a shootout between our two. Pole position here. Which, given it's going to be a very wet race, could be critical. Up to the line then for Oscar. It's a 1:16.9. What about George? George takes it with a 1:16.8. And we have the front row.
Laps of the Canadian Grand Prix await our drivers here in Montreal.
Named after the legendary Canadian driver, the circuit Gilles Villeneuve has been host to plenty of first-time winners. Jean Alesi, Lewis Hamilton, Robert Kubica and Daniel Ricciardo all got their maiden victories here.
With a flat-out section of over a kilometre in Sector 3, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is a track that asks, who dares brake last? And that means it's tough on tyres and brake temperatures the whole way round. Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
So we are starting with 1.83 mil. Okay. We're on the front row. So I think we blitz the opening few laps, the opening 8 laps on the inters. We can hopefully pull out a massive target. Plus, everyone who starts on the wet is going to destroy their tyres. Not going to put any extra fuel in. We're not going to need to, but we are going to go absolutely hell for leather off the line. Our grid position flatters to deceive because we weren't as quick as the Rebels in qualifying. But this might play to our advantage here at the beginning of the stint. We'll have to see. I'm taking a gamble here because the rest of the grid's, well, they might go full wets. They might go into... It'll be interesting to see who follows us with this strategy. But if the Red Bulls stay on the full wets, which I'm hoping they will do, then they're going to do some serious damage to those tyres and have to box fairly early into their stint. Whereas we can probably take our full wets all the way to the end if we are careful with them. Push them where we need to, but not too much. Let's send them to the grid then for the start of the Canadian Grand Prix.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. Time for Oscar Piastri to show what he can do.
They're in second place on the grid, but that could so easily change in the first few seconds after lights out.
And the time has come. Let's go racing. This is it. We're moments away now at the Canadian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Quite a few have started on the inters. Alonso is on the full wets. Ocon is on the inters, as is Norris. So let's keep an eye on what Alonso's tyre temps do, because they're going to start melting in this condition.
Track is quite greasy now, to be honest.
We don't need to take any risks.
Copy. Copy.
And his tyres are down to 95 already. Hasn't even done a lap yet. 94. And look at the gap that's opening up as he drops down even further. And we've got a collision. It's a safety car.
Quite a bit of debris.
Is he alright?
We've got a yellow flag here.
Joe just struggling on those full wets, doesn't have the grip, and just straight into the Haas there. And we've got out before the safety cars come out, so...
Recharge on. And Oscar, you can keep the delta close to 0. Try to keep temperature in front right.
Yeah, I have to come in this lap. So Joe and Perez both out.
There's a lot of debris.
I'm going to stay out. If the safety car is only out for 1 or 2 laps,
P2. Next car is Russell.
Oh, God,
then
he's
it's
back
better
on.
for us to stay out. Can always box when the safety car is about to come in if necessary. It's too dry. Even under the safety car, it's too dry for the full wets. Alonso's tyres down to 88%.
And Oscar, the pack is good.
Same for the rest of the full wets as well.
Okay.
So Oscar, we can look after this tyre.
Yeah.
And there we go, safety car is coming in.
So safety car is in this lap.
Very short safety car.
Focus on getting these tyres where you need them for this restart.
Yeah, copy. Feels like there's rain everywhere on the circuit now.
Let's keep pushing up to cars ahead.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Safety car in pit entry now. Reminder that overtaking is from the line.
A fault for Stroll. Oscar goes around the outside of George through 2. If he had a fault, a fault with the car could well be the fact that it's got Stroll behind the wheel, yeah. Potentially. So it's more of a team fault. Oh, another crash. And that's a red flag. I heard the shunts. Valtteri has been rear-ended by Hulkenberg by the look of it.
Oscar,
And now we can change our tyres for free. Oh, big lock up there.
Big contact.
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
So, we have done, 5 laps, and we've got 4 cars out already. It's going to be a crazy race if this continues.
We're set once more, and soon we'll continue this race. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So everyone's changed their tyres. We only get 2 sets of wets, so those who started on the wets and changed them, like Alonso, do not have another set of wet tyres now. So they have to either take those wets to the end or put on a set of used wets if they need to change their tyres again later. So they are heavily compromised now.
We can push.
Copy.
The priority is to stay out of trouble.
Yep, copy.
Got a couple of thumbnails while the weather's quite bad. There we go.
Okay, recharge on is good.
Copy.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up.
Yeah, copy.
You can see the difference in tyre temps between Oscar, who's leading in clean air, and George, who's in the dirty air. His temps are 10 degrees higher. And we have another yellow flag. Just a spin this time.
Yellow's ahead.
Yep.
Let's take a closer look.
It's Lawson.
And they're bound to be struggling with the wet track. And round they go. And that certainly wouldn't have been in their plans today.
And if you can just cool the tyres as much as you can.
Copy.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
George shutting down Ocon there.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Yeah, agree.
And we're giving them just a little bit of clear air, hopefully to help minimise the overheating of the tyres. Another fault, this time it's Yuki.
Engine braking is...
Ocon is looking for a way through. The track continues to get wetter. I think our fuel level actually just went up slightly. So we're going to have a damp period, but I don't know for how long and by how much. I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer, a couple of minutes for a bit more information on the radar. And we have to take that with a pinch of salt as well, because we can't guarantee that our radar's going to be spot on. It never is in the best of times, and it's only at 60%, so... Can't put too much faith in it. Again, George shuts the door on Ocon at the hairpin. Oscar's tyres are actually too cold now.
So happy to push now. P2. So next car will be Piastri. Gap 2.3. Car behind us, Ocon. Gap 0.2.
George should theoretically be getting little defensive top-ups on his confidence. Every time he shuts down a move from Oscar. It's going to be damp for a little while. Long enough, I think,
Push now.
to justify me actually boxing.
Copy.
So start closing up that gap.
And starting to just stretch away from Ocon. He closes us back up on the straights with his better speed and his slipstream. Track water level now falling quite dramatically.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Doyle's fault escalates.
Had a problem with the shifts on that last lap.
Sounds like he's got some gearbox issues. Yep, that's not good.
Okay.
Try and open up the gap a little bit. If I do box, I want to box them both at the same time. But I don't want George to have to sit and wait.
Copy.
Pack is low.
Copy.
Can I ask a recharge on?
Yep. Copy.
Box, box.
Taking the gamble.
Yep. Stop.
Box, box for Inter.
Oscar pit lane.
The pit lane is wetter.
Copy.
2.3, it's a good stop. George straight in. 2.2, a better stop. He actually gets that just behind
So
Stroll,
this is P10.
and we're just behind Lawson.
Next car is Stroll. You've got Gasly behind. Gasly 2.4.
Overtake is available.
Yeah, copy.
Currently P13. So gap ahead of 1.4. Signs behind. Gap 0.6.
We're going to be so much better on the brakes in the corners as the track dries up.
Temperature's okay. Yeah, copy.
And there we go. George is through on Liam. Made that look easy.
That was a nice move.
Yes, use the chance now.
Yeah.
It's raining a lot heavier now in the pit lane.
No, it's not.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
So 127.0 for Rock on last lap. See what Oscar does. One 126.7, 124.8 for George. George is already past Stroll there. Easy as you like.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up.
So notice fault escalates.
Why am I so slow?
And this is going to be hurting everyone on the wet tyres as well in terms of their temperatures. The track getting dry like this. This lap we should be considerably quicker. And 26.8 for Ocon. On 125.8 a second quicker and a 125.3. We should have a little bit more battery to really capitalise it. This track's starting to dry up again now.
Rain is getting heavier in the pit lane.
Overtaking is very, very difficult.
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time.
Overtake available.
Copy.
And overtake is available.
Stoffort's proving to be problematic here. There we go.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Still not through. This gamble might not pay off. There's the extra grip through the corner though, in the braking zones.
Charge the pack.
I think I'll top it out on the inters.
Yeah.
May have made a mistake coming onto these inters here. I didn't think we would... I thought we would have more pace against the AI than we did. And that may come back to bite me. We'll survive the next 10 minutes like this now. Just hope it doesn't get too wet.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Oh, it's a 128.9.
So
129.3.
next car's Piastri. Gap ahead 1.6. Gap 0.5.
May have fucked up it. Now it's us that's not going to have the traction in the corners.
Keep your head down. So Stroll car behind. Behind 2.3.
I want 30.5. Ah. I'm almost a pit stop behind Ocon here with George. About a pit stop behind. Almost there with Oscar. And we're just going to get slower and slower. But there's no point boxing now, because by the time we box, come out, do a few laps, we're going to have to come back in again to get back on the inters. We have to stick on these tyres now, and then at the end of the next interphase, then we can look and decide whether to go onto wets for a little bit. But it's going to be
No hop done.
it's going to be inters for a while once it hits, if the prediction on that chart is anything to go by. We just have to get through this wet weather as best we can.
So Gasly car behind.
Oh, this is horrible. I'm not sure if Dudley's talking to George or me there. Probably a bit both.
So Science car behind. Gap behind 2.8.
Oh my God, we're losing so much time.
Gasly is now the car behind.
This is a disaster.
There are opportunities ahead.
Sainz gets past George in the background.
Plenty to play for.
Car behind is Sainz now.
I feel like Job in Arrested Development. I've made a huge mistake.
There's still opportunities here.
7 minutes. Should have stuck it on the wets. Or at least split the cars. One on, one off. Hamilton gets through now. We're going to end up at the back of the grid any moment. There goes Sargent.
So the next car is going to be Sargent. Verstappen's behind. Recharge on.
Yep. Copy. Copy.
Do we need to keep the lift and coast up a bit more now?
Alright, copy that.
And there goes Max. George now plumb last. And Hamilton slots up the inside at the hairpin on Oscar.
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time.
Behind Sargent.
All I can do now is hope for a safety car. Because I think we've thrown away any chance we had of winning this race. Bad strategy call. Absolutely killed our chances. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not immune from making the wrong decision.
Okay.
Pack is high.
Copy.
This track's starting to dry up.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up.
Roger.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Oh man, look how far behind we are. Top 10, well, maybe not the top 10. Certainly the top 8 can all box and should get out in front of us. And the radar's changed. It doesn't look quite so promising now as it did a moment ago. Ocon's tyre's still in amazing shape. That doesn't help. At least Alonso's down in 7th, so it's not a runaway Red Bull dominance. Yuki definitely holding up the cars behind. The track is slowly but surely coming back towards us. We are so far off the pace now. It's unreal.
You can start pushing.
So happy to drop, lift and coast.
Copy.
We have a mountain to climb now. Oh my God, it's only going to be wet for a... God damn.
Just stay close to him.
It's only going to be damp for a few minutes. And then we're going to have to go onto the wets. And then it'll be inters. Yeah, this race is a disaster. An absolute unmitigated disaster. Oh, and that's a lockup for Porsche. Alonso now moves up into 6th.
You can use overtake.
Copy.
Well, at the very least, we can absolutely crucify the tyres for the rest of the race now. Both these and the full wets we're going to put on in a few laps' time. But at this rate, we might be lucky to get P8 with Oscar.
Currently, that is P17.
Car ahead is Verstappen.
And P10 with George. It's going to be a challenge. We have thrown away so many points. Need the track to get drier and drier and drier as much as it can over the next few minutes.
It's raining more and more.
Recharge on is good.
Copy.
Alright, we're almost back on Verstappen.
Pack is low.
Copy.
Copy.
pick clear air if you can.
Yep. Yep. Copy.
Oscar, cool the car where you can.
Copy. Copy.
That was my best opportunity to get past Max.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
It's raining a lot heavier now in the pit lane.
Okay, we'll box this lap, box this lap.
Box.
Box, box.
Copy, box.
Oscar, pit lane.
Remember the pit lane is still damp.
Copy.
So, looking at tyres, we have a big grit advantage now over everybody else, but we are so far behind. I don't think it'll count for that much. Another very quick stop for George there, 2.2.
Should be clear on exit.
Next car is Verstappen.
Yeah. For that safety car, we've got no chance of anything good in this race. If we are, as I say, if we're lucky, we can
So Piastri
hit our
needs
sponsor targets, but we're going
It's
to need
4
some
seconds.
luck just to do that. See what our pace is like, at least with brand new wet tyres.
We're happy where we are on tyres.
Copy.
For anyone who wants a good sport racing sim like this on PC, Motorsport Manager and all of its DLCs is available on Steam for about £5.30 right now for the next couple of days. I will be putting that on the channel in the new year. On the new channel. And we are closing down Verstappen. We took a couple of seconds out of him on that last lap. Lapping about half a second quicker than Ocon. That doesn't mean that much. He's closer to lapping us than we are to unlapping ourselves by a long way. You see, we look a minute 10 down. And Sainz is in. Have we done enough to at least get ourselves in with a chance of getting close to the back of him? You turn away for a bit and I'm at the back. What happened? Yeah, bad strategy call on my part. I fucked up. In a big way. So Sainz to put on a brand new set of wets. We are 5 seconds behind him. At least Oscar's confidence is back to starting level now. Should start to see a few other pit stops then. If Sainz has stopped, Ricciardo, Porsche, they're probably contenders for the next ones to stop. They've gone round again for now. We are eating up the road between us and Sainz. .128.2s for us. Pulling out 2.5 seconds over drivers like Stroll. And we're now almost inside Stroll's pit window. Almost. There is Oscar. This is without a doubt, I think, the worst race I've ever had with Brabham. We've made mistakes before, but never been quite so detrimental as the one we made here today. I was smoking the hopium on the inters, hoping that the track would dry up quicker than it did, hoping that it would stay damp for longer than it did. Neither of those things came to pass, and it's completely ruined our race. As Yuki goes on to a new set of wet tyres, he's going to get out comfortably ahead of us. The gap to Stroll. Let's see. What is it across the line? It's 20 seconds. We're still just outside of Stroll's pit window. Took another 2 seconds out of him on that lap.
So ahead of you is Lando.
Ahead of me is Lando. Yeah, everybody's ahead of me.
Deep breath. You're going to be okay.
That's not really helping, Tom.
Currently, that is P17.
Car ahead is Sainz now, let's go get him. Gap to Sainz, 1.7.
Gap 4.5.
Use the overtake button.
Copy.
Rain intensity reducing in the pit lane now.
Okay, that's Sainz ahead. No harm done.
Okay, buddy, recharge on.
Copy.
Okay, use deploy.
Yeah. Copy.
PU calling Oscar.
Copy. Copy.
Cool the car.
Copy. Copy.
Alright, Oscar's through. Took a fair bit of work to do it, but we got him through.
Copy.
Overtake available.
Yep. Fine.
More importantly, we're now inside Stroll's pit window, so if Stroll and everyone behind him boxes, we will be ahead of them.
Copy.
We have overtake available.
Copy. Copy.
So as much tyre calling as you can manage, please.
Yep.
That's Porsche into the pits. Anyone else going to box as well?
So next car will be Piastri. Gap ahead 1.7. Keep your head down.
I really don't know what to do here.
Into the tyre calling, please.
Yeah, copy.
I think we might have to go into...
Box this lap.
Copy. Box.
Box.
Yes, box.
Box for Inter. Okay, so let's just get head down now.
Okay, maximum pace now, maximum pace.
Yeah, copy.
Suggest increased LICO.
Copy.
I'm just yo-yoing around from one compound to another at the moment, and I really don't know what's the best thing to do, because it's so hard to judge on the radar as to what is going to be inters, what's going to be wets, and for how long.
Let's go pit lane.
Rain in pit lane, be careful, stopping on the mark.
I hope I haven't
Copy,
messed this
copy.
up again. Not a really good stop for either car there.
Yeah, we should be clear on exit.
At least we're going to have clear air, so no traffic to deal with. Oh, Ocon's going to try and lap me. There he is. Oh man, cannot go a lap down to Ocon here.
Next car, Piastri. Gap ahead 4.1 now.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Heavy rain in pit lane.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up.
Copy.
Let's give it everything now.
Understood.
Oh yeah, taking huge chunks of time out of sights right now.
We're good on tyre temps here.
Copy.
We can have recharge on now.
Copy.
What was that yellow flag for? Someone running wide. A lock
So
up for
this is what
Fittipaldi.
happened, and we can easily see how wet it is on the track. And there's the lockup. But that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
That's my motivation right behind me there. Ocon
Is low.
trying to lap me.
Copy. That was fastest lap.
Yeah, copy.
Getting wetter again. But apart from a little damp to wet transition around lap 55 to 60 in that kind of area, when it will start to just peak back into full wets again, it's going to be interesting to the rest of the race now, I think.
Copy.
All right, gap is less than 9 seconds to Carlos now. And we are taking multiple seconds a lap out of drivers like Pourchaire, Stroll, Tsunoda. 2 seconds out of Fittipaldi, 3.2 seconds out of Hamilton. We're going to go wet in 10 minutes and then it'll go inters again. Gasly is 15, 16 seconds ahead of me. There's going to be a little window where he's going to start to pick up his pace over us again. Our inters are losing their effectiveness now as the track gets wetter again. Radar's lying to me again. God damn, can't fucking trust this thing at all. Bad lap for Max on 129. We're slowing down as the track gets wetter.
Okay,
We are still quicker than the cars we're chasing, with the exception of Sainz. A lot of cars really struggling with their tyres now. Fittipaldi at 37%. Question is, what tyres are they going to box onto and when? If they can tough out the few laps until it goes to wet, then tough out a few laps on wet and box the inters, fresh inters, that's going to be a problem for us. We have closed the gap significantly. We're now 13 seconds behind Gasly and closing. It's not impossible for us to at least achieve our objectives, 8th and 10th, but it's not encouraging. And here comes the full wet weather. Evening, Reuben.
Let's go.
Yep. Copy.
It's been an unbridled disaster, Reuben.
We must increase the level of lift and coast.
Copy.
I can't go another 10 minutes like this. I can't box either. I have to stay out. Oh, I fucking hate this. I can't keep yo-yoing from one compound to another. It's just, if we're going to have any chance of salvaging something, we need a safety car. It won't get as wet as it did last time, but we are going to start going slower and slower again. Just as we caught up, we're going to start dropping away again. Porsche now moves up into 8th place and is lapping very quickly on pretty new wets. All we can do at the moment just to hang on to that 3-second gap. Just 4 or 5 more minutes of this. We're only 8 seconds behind Gasly. We're 14 seconds behind Pourchaire. Pourchaire box sprinters. He will come out behind us, as long as he doesn't continue to pull away from us. But at the moment, he's doing his 1.5 seconds more than we are. The mistake for Carlos.
Single yellow.
For Sargent, even. I thought it was a Mercedes.
Oscar, suggest reduce a bit, lift and coast.
Copy.
Wasting my time trying to get the overtake here.
Car ahead is
Track's
Verstappen.
too wet. Saved the battery for when it dries up in the next few minutes. If I can at least hang on to the slipstream.
Copy.
I'm losing so much time on the corners. Yeah, look at that. We lost a second to Max exiting the hairpin. This track is absolutely drenched right now, and George is about to get lapped. And that will be disastrous, because it might be very difficult to unlap ourselves. Shit. Come on, track, dry up, please.
have blue flags.
God damn.
Recharge on.
Copy.
George, we still need to increase the level of lift and coast.
Copy.
Lift off end of straight.
Yep. Copy.
Finally. Finally. Alright. Prep lap here. Get the batteries full, get a bit of extra fuel, and then it's just a full-on sprint to the flag.
Copy.
Some people are going to box, but they're all going to come out in front of us. Well, not all of them, but most of them.
Rain intensity is going to be reducing from here on.
Oscar, you can reduce the LICO slightly.
Copy.
So happy to drop lift and coast.
Copy. Yeah, agree.
Those last couple of laps absolutely destroyed us.
We don't need to take any risks.
Copy.
Pack is high.
Yeah.
Yeah, copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Time to melt these tyres. And just pray that everyone tries and goes to the end. Ocon could do me a favour here and lap a couple of cars. Cause them to lose a few seconds.
Use overtake.
Yep.
Overtake will be available.
Yeah, copy all.
It's really not that impressive. You know, helmet cam in this, whether it should be, but it's not. Alright, that's a lap put on Sargent. That costs him a couple of seconds.
Currently, that is P17. Next car is Verstappen. Okay, that's Verstappen ahead of you.
Plenty to play for.
Fittipaldi boxes.
Oscar, very heavy rain in pit lane now.
That's a move on
Starting
Logan.
to see signs of some overheating.
That's Oscar into peak confidence.
Finding free air where we can for this PU temp.
Coming.
So car ahead is Sargent. Up ahead 0.5. Keep your head down.
And recharge on.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
Roger.
Pack is low.
Okay.
Call the PU where you can, please.
Copy.
Ah,
Copy.
They just got Sargent ahead.
God damn it.
0.4.
Come on, George.
Copy.
Push and hold, overtake.
Okay.
Just cool the car.
Yeah.
Finally. There we go.
Fuel on plan.
Use overtake.
Maximum PU cooling.
Got to get past Ocon here.
there's still opportunities here.
Recharge on.
Oscar, cool the car where you can.
Overtaking is very, very difficult.
Still plenty of opportunities. Overtake available.
Recharge on.
Lewis ahead. So gap ahead 0.5. Overtake available.
5 more.
Recharge on.
Use overtake.
And Oscar, call the PU where you can. 4 laps to go.
Overtake is available. Now we just have some PU cooling. Or where you can, George, we'll cool the PU.
Right, got myself unlapped.
So Piastri next car. Yeah, 1.5.
Pack is low. Reminder for the recharge button.
I'm not going to get P8, not a chance. But I can at least get P10 for George.
3 to go. Overtake is available. Next car now is Sonoda. Gap ahead 0.6.
Recharge on, please.
There we go. So at least I'll get some money from George hitting P10.
At the end of this lap.
And recharge should be on.
Use overtake.
Puncture for Stroll.
Pick clear air if you can. And this car ahead is Sonoda.
Okay, we don't want to lose too much time.
PU calling Oscar.
Recharge on.
Oscar, we're hold positions now.
There we go. That's it. P10 and P11.
Yeah, you've taken the checkered flag.
What an utter disaster. But at least we managed to recover something
Quite the race
for George. 10th place was his sponsor objective. He gets a point for 10th plus a point for the fastest lap.
Pick up rubber
It's
where you can.
better than nothing.
Okay, buddy, that's the
But Ocon cruised to victory there because we just handed him the race on the silver platter. Norris second, Alonso in third to really make things worse for us.
When you get to
A
the
1-3
FIA,
for
you need to
Red
turn
Bull.
the car fully off. So kill the engine, wait 5 seconds, and then you can switch it completely off.
And I hated every second of that race. Horrible.
Not a quick race to sum up, not least for George Russell there.
Just managing a finish in the points, having crossed the line in 10th.
And there's no denying that the Frenchman deserves this result. He was absolutely brilliant.
4 superb wins to their name now this year, and it's been a pleasure watching them drive.
Plenty of smiles for the cameras as the drivers can let off some steam here in Montreal. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be?
Don't want to hear from Karun. Skip. He won't let me skip. At least we managed to shut the commentators up.
And that's it for this week.
So then, confirmation of the final result. A win for Ocon in a very easy circumstances. I suppose that's karma coming back to bite us after we kind of mocked him for giving us the win so comfortably yesterday. Norris in second, Alonso in third. Leclerc gets fourth. Good race for Porsche. Look at that. Up 13 places to finish in fifth. Sixth place for Ricardo. Seventh for Liam Lawson. Sainz up 14 places for 8th. What a great race for Mercedes there. 27 places gained across both drivers and a big handful of points. 7 places gained for Stoffel in 9th. George takes P10. Gets the fastest lap as well, so that's at least 2 points saved. Oscar in 11th place. 12th place for Sonoda, 13th for Gasly, 14th for Lewis, 15th for Fittipaldi, 16th for Sargent, 17th for Max, 18th for Stroll, and then 4 retirements, all happening in the first couple of laps. Valtteri and Hulkenberg, and then Zhou and Jacko. In the driver's standings, Ocon goes top. He's got 2 wins more than Oscar this season, and that is why, despite being level on points, he now has the lead in the Drivers' Championship. George in 3rd, keeps hold of 3rd. He's still comfortably ahead of Lando, and is, well, closing the gap slightly to Oscar there, but not by much. He's still, 35 points back, and 34 points ahead of Norris, so sort of slap bang in the middle there. Norris in 4th on 97 points, Leclerc 5th with 85. Fernando moves up into 6th on 81 points thanks to his podium there. No points for Hamilton, he is in 7th, dropping down behind Alonso. Tsunoda, no points for him either, he stays 8th on 45 points. 2 points behind is Teo, closed that gap beautifully today. Ricciardo gets himself up into the top 10 on 29 points, ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Sainz in 12th, ahead of Lawson, who gained 3 places tonight. Then it's Stroll, Gasly, and Zhou all dropping down a place. Hulkenberg in 17th, Max in 18th, Stoffel in 19th, up 3 places with his first points of the season, ahead of Enzo, Sargent, and Checo, the only driver now yet to score. We stay top in the constructors' standings. We still have a 50-point lead thanks to our earlier, performances, but only 2 points earned tonight. 40 points for Red Bull. They take 38 points out of our lead. So it's not as healthy as it was, but it's still okay at 50 points. Ferrari in 3rd on 155, when still nearly double Ferrari's score. Then McLaren in 4th on 126. Mercedes move above RB with 14 points to go 12 clear. They're on 62. RB dropping down into 6th. No points for Sauber either today. Haas with 6 points move up 2 places into 8th, leapfrogging Williams. And Aston Martin also moving up a place. Alpine down 2 into 11th. And all teams have now scored points in the constructors' standings. In the pit stop competition, we did actually get 1st and 3rd in the pit stop competition. Only 6 cars made a pit stop in the entire Grand Prix, so points arbitrarily handed out to Ferrari and McLaren. Not quite sure why it's done it in that order there, but they get the points, so that's something. RB don't get any points tonight. But Ferrari now stretch their lead a little bit. They are 18 points clear of Red Bull, who are 2nd on 175. Mercedes with a big haul of points. 22 for them. They're on 154. 99 for McLaren in 4th. Alpine 5th on 80. No points for them tonight. And look at that. We jump up above Aston Martin with a huge point haul of 40 points. Just 1 point behind Alpine now. That is excellent for us. So at least we got something decent out of this Grand Prix. We've got a lot of points here, just not where we needed them in the other competitions, unfortunately. RB in 8th on 34 points. Sauber get 18 points. They're off the mark at last, and they jump up 2 places into 9th, leapfrogging over Haas and Williams. But every team has now scored points in the pit stop competition. And there are our stops. 2.3 on the first 2 stops for Oscar and a 2.4 to finish. A 2.2, a 2.2 and a 2.5 for George. No payout for Oscar, but at least we get some money from George. I made a last-minute decision to switch him over, and I'm glad I did, because we just about managed to get 10th place there with George. So we did get a little bit of cash. Force center refurb goes through, so that's now going to start spitting out the full amount again. And Oscar goes up to a 90 overall. All right, let's see. Did the cars come through unscathed? No, we lost a front wing and a rear wing on George's car. Ugh, that's frustrating. And you see, we were expected to finish 5th and 8th, and we got 11th and 10th. Not so good. Let's fix the car. Has my factory stopped burning yet? Nope, not yet. Right, we've got 11 days till Barcelona. Let's advance time. Right, now the factory is working again. Fantastic. Right, so I don't have a spare rear wing. So let's get one of those built. I need to get those underfloors into production. Get 3 going. And how many front wings do I have left now? I've got 3. One's at medium risk, the other one's just been changed, so we've got 1 more coming. Yeah, that'll do. So what else do I need to build? Maybe another suspension. It's okay on that car. Side pods at high risk. Don't need to worry about the underfloor. Yeah, suspension's going. So I need a couple more side pods soon and another suspension. Well, we've got a new suspension coming in 26 days, so we'll just build 1 of those. Well, I might not even need to build 1. We'll play that one by ear. Side pods are definitely going to be needed, though, so we'll advance a day, get the front wing slot cleared. There we go. Now I can build a couple, well, at least 1 more side pod. There we go. We're out of cash again. Won't take long. See what the board thought of this. Satisfied. They were satisfied. Well, we got a point, and we got the fastest lap bonus point as well. So, yeah, okay. We are just 1 month away from getting that debt off of the tally there. That will get our finances up to satisfied. Still have high confidence from the board, so we don't have to worry too much there. And I think it's just as well that I did end up refurbing the boardroom recently, because if we were not we're back at full effectiveness, then I think they would have been a little unhappy with that previous result. Right, 8 days to go. There is the spare rear wing. So we now have 1 spare. Don't think I have enough to make another one. No, I'm short by 30k. Sponsor review coming up in 5 days. Just before Barcelona. Target achieved. So that's 3 million. No mandatory activities this month. That gives me 3.3 mil. Could refurbish the factory. But I'm going to go with that. An upgrade on the memorabilia room should hopefully improve our chances with the sponsors. That's a more expensive upgrade. That's going to have to wait. And we'll keep the rest of the cash for the impending spare parts we're going to have to build. There is our staff report. So once again, no negatives. The biggest issue is a neutral. So that's excellent news there. We go to Spain with Oscar, Oscar having dropped to second on win countback, level on points with Ocon, but with a 50-point lead in the constructor standings. George not too far behind in third. Have we got a weather report? It will be dry. Now, we are usually pretty good with our tyres at this track, but the Red Bull's quick. Don't know if we'll be able to hold him off. Let's go and do our sponsors. We've got an energy drink cameo for 1.3 mil this period here. So we'll be up for 4.3 mil at the end of the month, or the end of the 6 weeks. Let's see, what can we do? We can send our scouts off because we're not going to bother with the scouts. Let's send 2 engineers off. Let's do a sponsor event with Tommy. And we'll do a weather centre as well. So there we go. 4.3 mil in 6 weeks' time. Right, we have that extra spare side pod now. I do have 1 underfloor, and I'm going to give that to Oscar. Hopefully he doesn't break it. Let's see what kind of difference has that made. Yeah, look at the difference in downforce. Other teams have brought upgrades. Yeah, that's definitely going to help with the when we get that on for George as well. How many I've got? I've got 2 more coming. I need an extra one. So there we go. Let's go with that. 17 days until the suspension's done. We'll get our research clear here. We'll be able to start designing and building a new side pod when we finish Barcelona. But obviously we have to go through Barcelona as a race first. That will be our week-ending race for Brabham tomorrow. And then we'll be heading back to Porsche again on Twitch on Saturday. So if you haven't yet found me on Twitch, there's a link on the community tab and also on my YouTube profile page. You can find me there. Also, more footage from Empire of the Ants coming. We've got some really big episodes coming up. Definitely worth checking those out. There's some really intense battles coming up against the Black Ants for you to keep an eye on over the next few days. And we get a few other encounters that are unique and new as well. So keep your eyes peeled for those. Those are scheduled to drop at 4 p.m. during the week, 2 p.m. at weekends. So I hope you'll check those out. And then we'll be back again with Brabham after Spain on Monday with round 11, which will be Austria. And that will be the beginning of sprint season. So hopefully things will go quite well for us there once we've got another underfloor on the car for George. And get those side pods into production. So plenty of more action to come. I also have managed to get hold of a copy of Railroads Online. which releases next month. So I'm going to be playtesting that over the next few days, and that will make its appearance on the channel soon. It's under embargo till the 5th of December at the moment. But yeah, I'll be sticking that up for you guys as well, so you'll be able to see that. So yeah, stuff to do, lots of things to come, new content, new games. Hope you'll check some of them out. And as I say, there'll be a new channel going up in the new year for PC gameplay as well. I will drop details of that as and when I have them. But hopefully you'll check out that channel when it goes live as well. If you have enjoyed tonight's torture of my for me tonight, then you sadists. But if you have enjoyed it, please do drop a like. If you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. And I will be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.